Hey guys, my name's James Hall. I'm going to be talking to y'all today about competitive advantage. Alright, what is competitive advantage? The ability for a firm to achieve market and financial superiority over its competitors. This is highly essential to the survival of a company. If they cannot stay competitively advantaged, its competitors will eventually knock it out of the market. Alright, in order to stay competitively advantaged over their competitors, these managers need to understand these different customers' needs and expectations and how the company's value chain can best meet these expectations by designing and delivering attractive customer benefits. Now, you may be wondering what a customer benefit package is. This is when a company has a deal, say like Barnes and Noble. If you buy a certain amount of books, you get free shipping. That is considered a customer benefit package. That is what brings in the customers to buy their products. Also, these managers need to build and leverage operational capabilities in order to support these desired competitive priorities. Now, how to identify the customer expectations. A lot of the time you want to get close to the customer. Certain instances of this is employees can visit and talk with customers, managers can talk with the customers, or perform formal marketing research. Definitely, whatever you do, have a way for your customers to give feedback. If this can be any way from a survey or just sitting down and talking to them, having a live interview, just enough so that way you can figure out how they felt about your company and your service to them. All right. What are order qualifiers? Order qualifiers are basic customer expectations or the minimum performance levels of your company. These things are such things as airbags in cars. Customers expect you to have airbags in your cars, or a clean room in a hotel, or a radio in a vehicle. These are basic things that have been added to these products over the years that customers have become accustomed to having, and so they expect these things in their product. All right, now order winners are completely different. Order winners are the unexpected features that are implemented in order to differentiate one customer benefit package from another so that the company can win the customer's business. Such things are the new voice-activated music systems in cars, or free internet in a hotel, or even free continental breakfast in a hotel. These things are extra entities that will surprise the customer and try and draw in the customer so that way the customer will purchase from your company and use your company, hopefully in the future. Now, the main key in competitive advantage is to stay competitive. Customers with these order winners and order qualifiers, they will begin to expect the order winners. The order winners, if you add them so often, they will become accustomed to having them. And also, in order to stay competitively advantaged, you must constantly update and improve your benefit packages so that you may stay above your competitor. Such things would be adding, say, waffles to your breakfast line, or adding higher packages to your internet, or such as like adding Netflix to your TVs in your hotel, or adding TVs into your vehicles.
Evaluating goods and services. Customers use three types of attributes to evaluate the quality and good of services. They are search attributes, experience attributes, and credence attributes. Search attributes are those that a customer can determine prior to purchasing the goods or service. Experience attributes are those that can be discerned only after the purchase or during consumption or use. Credence attributes are any aspects of a good or service that the customer must believe in but cannot personally evaluate even after the purchase and consumption. We use search attributes when we shop online and we are looking for something specific. We use the filters to narrow down the items to just what we are looking for, rather than search through all the items offered. Experience attributes are what we have after the purchase. We base it on things like the friendliness of a cashier or the fit of a piece of clothing we bought. Credence attributes are things we believe in but cannot evaluate ourselves, such as the expertise of the doctor we go to or the accuracy of your CPA's tax software. Customers rely more on information from personal sources rather than non-personal when evaluating services before purchase. Customers perceive greater risk when buying services rather than goods because services are intangible and can't be looked at ahead of time. Competitive priorities. Competitive priorities represent the strategic emphasis that a firm places on certain performance measures and operational capabilities within a value chain. The 5 key competitive priorities are cost, quality, time, flexibility, and innovation. Low cost can result from high productivity and high capacity utilization. Improvements in quality lead to improvements in productivity, which leads to lower cost. This is very important to buyers. Improvements in performance, features, and reliability will differentiate the good or service from its competitors, improve the firm's quality reputation, and improve the perceived value of the customer benefit package. Time reductions in processes and value chains can only be accomplished by streamlining and simplifying them to eliminate non-value added steps such as rework and waiting time. This forces improvements in quality by reducing the opportunity for mistakes and errors. By reducing non-value added steps, costs are reduced as well. Mass customization is being able to make whatever goods and services the customer wants at any volume, at any time for anybody, and for a global organization from any place in the world. Flexibility is key to success. As time changes, so do interest, and you need to be able to keep the interest of your customer. Innovation is the discovery and practical application or commercialization of a device, method, or idea that differs from existing norms.
The strategy of operation management is a pattern or plan that incorporates a company's major goals, policies, and action sequences. Competitive advantage is an important goal, and fast service time and low cost are typically priorities for any company. Core competencies are what set a company apart in its relative industry. Strategic planning helps ensure that a company can still obtain their goals despite unanticipated dilemmas. There are 3 levels of strategy. The top level, corporate strategy, is the primary direction and operations of the company. The second level, business strategy, outlines the focus for strategic business units. The third and final level is functional strategy. Each functional area of a company develops a set of decisions to assist in achieving their goals. Operations strategy is how a company will carry out its business strategies. There are 3 dimensions of sustainability: environmental, social, and economical. Sustainability is more than financial achievement. A company must make decisions with the consideration of other people and the environment. Operations design choices and building the right infrastructure are vital for an effective operations strategy. 6 key areas of operation design choices are types of processes, value chain integration and outsourcing, technology, capacity and facilities, inventory and service capacity, and trade-offs of these decisions. Infrastructure concentrates on workforce, operating plans and control systems, quality control, organizational structure, compensation system, learning and innovation systems, and support services. It is imperative for marketing, corporate, and operations strategies to work together for this framework to be successful.
What we're going to look at now is the competitive advantage in real life. When we look at businesses and how they use competitive advantage, there's 4 main methods that we can take a look at. The first is cost leadership, and this is an advantage that occurs when a business is able to offer the same quality product as its competitors but at a lower price. So even if business A and business B produce the same thing, business A is going to try to figure out a way that they can produce that exact product at a lower price than business B can to give them that advantage. Our next one that we're going to look at is differentiation, which is looking for one or more marketable attributes that can really set a product apart that a business offers, and that will allow it to set it apart from its competitors. Then they'll use that attribute to market a product. So again, looking back, business A versus business B, business A will find a way that it can find a product that makes it different than business B. They're then going to use that one thing that makes it just a little bit different and really going to market that in order to see advantage. Next, we're going to look at defensive strategies, and this allows the business to further distance itself from its competition just by maintaining that competitive advantage that they've already gained or established. So once business A has either a lower cost or a different product that they can market, they're then going to try to think of ways that they can continue that uphill thing, I guess. They want to keep that competitive advantage because if they lose it, then they're back where they started. And last, we're going to look at alliance, which is just whenever a business relies on other people other than just themselves. So they tend to seek strategic alliances with other businesses, maybe in that related industry or environment, or within, anything that can help them help themselves, really. Now we're just going to take a look at some real life examples. The first one that I wanted to take a look at was Amazon. They really exemplify the differentiation strategy just because they offer some things that nobody else offers. For example, Kindle. If you've ever been a fan of online ebooks or any kind of reading like that, not on a physical book, then you'll know about Amazon's product. And that Kindle actually sells more books than Amazon sells in physical books on their website, which I found that pretty interesting. So obviously that's doing them well that they can offer that. Also, huge advantage with their Amazon Prime membership, because with that, and I know being a student, it's come in handy with textbooks, ordering them, but customers can get guaranteed 2-day shipping on all the products that are Prime eligible. And this is really smart for 2 different reasons. Well, the first is it conditions the customer because they get used to having that luxury of free 2-day shipping. And it's hard to go back from 2-day shipping to 3 to 7-day shipping. So normally once they get a taste of that, even if it's for the free month membership, they tend to go ahead and buy the year subscription to that membership. So in turn, that encourages more purchases because the consumer sees that they can get this good deal on all these products, so they're going to buy more. Now I want to focus on Apple, and I'm a little bit biased to Apple myself. I have an iPhone, iPad, my laptop is a MacBook, and those are just some different ways we can see that they too, like Amazon, find their own products to differentiate themselves from their competitors. Like I said, the iPhone, the iPod, iPad, iTunes, MacBook, and the newly released Apple Watch, which seems to be the new fad and craze. But they also tend to use the defensive strategies because if you have an iPhone, you know that every so often you get that notification that your software needs updating, and everybody gets excited when a new software updates out there. What new are we going to get on our phones that we already have? Or like I said, they just implemented the Apple Watch into the market So they are always on the lookout for new product implementation and innovation. So kudos to Apple for not only developing these new products, but also keeping them updating to satisfy their customers. And lastly, I wanted to take a look at Toyota. Again, I'm a little biased because I do have a Toyota Camry, but that just means I have some personal experience with this. One thing I wanted to look at is their cost leadership strategy. And they have a philosophy that's called the Toyota Production System. That's just their corporate philosophy that depends really on the human resource policy that stimulates their employees' creativity and loyalty. They tend to foster their employees' participation and innovation, any kind of ideas that their employees might have. And by doing this, they in turn get some higher loyalty from their employees as well as higher levels of productivity. By maintaining good staff, obviously you're going to have better workers that are able to produce more products than what you normally would have. The second part of Toyota's production system, and that is more so focused on the alliances strategy that we talked about. And because whenever they do come over here to the West, like to the United States or over the places like that to globalize themselves, they really rely heavily on those networks of their suppliers and their components manufacturers. By keeping these relationships, they're just able to get their parts and products to make their cars more cheaply. So in a way, I guess you could say that they also are implementing the cost leadership one as well. But I just thought that these three were some good examples that a lot of us can relate to and really see how they would use these competitive advantage strategies in the real world.